What's up, everyone? It is the Tuesday after Cyber Monday. I hope that everyone is doing well and having a happy holidays, but I suspect if you're like me and so many others that I am aware of, close friends and family, you might have come down with a little bit of a sickness. It seems to be going around. For the first time in 2.5 years, I tested positive for COVID on Saturday after Black Friday, and I have been in quarantine in my closet since. Today is a fun day because even though I'm sick, I have 2 packages that represent what I'll call the GOAT Black Friday 22 haul. And this one I am super excited to talk about, but let's get this other one out of the way first. If you participated in Black Friday 22 or BF22 as GOAT called it, you might have thought a couple of things. I've heard people call it corny, buggy, a waste of time. Really, it wasn't the best in terms of execution, but I have to commend them for the engagement that they were after. I think in the end, I really enjoyed participating despite how flawed and buggy the software was. I was using an Android phone, the app crashed, the app wouldn't load properly, I had to update it many times as they were pushing out fixes, I'm sure. But of all of the Black Friday things that I could participate in, I found this one to be the most interesting, with the most things on offer, the most unique things and interesting things that kept popping up every couple of hours, every day for a whole week. They claimed that there was over $1 million in prizes available through drops, raffles, and auctions. If you actually read the fine print terms, I think it actually said there were about $500,000+ worth of giveaways. And the way it worked is each day there were drops, which meant you had to be fast to check out. There were raffles, which meant you could participate when the window closed. You would have a certain number of tickets, and I'm guessing each ticket had an equal chance of winning. And then there were auctions of really cool items, most of which were priced really too rich for my blood. In the end, they also had this thing where you could create spaces. That was probably the most buggy thing about it. You would have a space and you would have clothing items and accessories and bags and shoes that you could pick to throw into this space, but it was just weird. It had like this floating head, and you would drag stuff on, and then when you submit it, the way that you laid stuff out would all change and it would look totally different. It was weird. But one cool thing, and I'll get into it with the second item, is that you got to see a lot of different clothing all in one place, and it gives you ideas perhaps for yourself, which is what happened for me. I did manage to successfully hit on one drop. That's in this box. It's not that interesting. It was a pair of 4D Adidas 3D printed shoes. I've always actually wanted to try these out personally just to see how comfortable they are. I've always thought they look cool. I never wanted to splurge $200+ for a pair. In this case, the pair was $100, which is more than reasonable. Now the problem is, it was listed as a drop, which meant I had to buy it in a hurry, and they didn't have my actual size. I had to make a decision in the moment. I went with the largest size that they had available. I ended up getting a size 10. Looking back, I probably shouldn't have bought it. There's no real resale money in this. I've seen prices as high as $200, but go figure, after GOAT dropped these shoes, both StockX and GOAT has these for between $100 and $120. I paid $128 shipped to my door, which means if I were to instantly flip these, I would be losing money on them. But let's have a look anyway. Adidas 4D. Blacked out box. Kind of cool for a non-Yeezy shoe. Right there we got size 10. And let's have a look at the shoe. GOAT verified. Authentic, color and shape, materials and structure, stitching, sole, label and tag, SKU and size, right and left, shoe condition, box condition, accessories. And definitely the highlight of this shoe is the 4D 3D printed sole. It's pretty cool. I love that this one is blacked out. I also like the mint green one that I've seen of these. I don't really care for the hit of color at this back heel. There's also what appears to be some silver in the 3 stripes. Overall, it's not an ugly shoe, but again, it's just a plain old Adidas shoe. It's not a Yeezy. Even though it kind of looks like it would wear like a Yeezy. It doesn't have an actual tongue. It's a slipper boot. It's got the rear very similar to a Yeezy. It's kind of an unbranded Yeezy with a 3D printed sole. I wish I could try this out. I can't because it's not my size. What am I going to do with it? Unfortunately, I'm probably going to sit on it until I can sell it, at least at a break even. The bottom of the sole is interesting. Unique pattern. Overall, nothing to write home about. Fun in the heat of the moment, definitely under pressure, had to buy with a quickness. I think I would have really enjoyed this deal if it had been in my size. As it stands, I get to see the shoe in hand, but that's not really worth anything, and now I've got another box sitting in my room when I've been actually trying to liquidate. But that aside, let's get into the really fun item, which is in this box here. I did not win this item through GOAT, but GOAT was definitely the motivation for this item. So, as part of the creative spaces I was mentioning, GOAT put a lot of clothing into these spaces. I actually think that that took the most effort. It really gave me a lot of inspiration for pieces that I might be interested in going forward. I noticed a number of pieces that I have in the closet behind me were actually available in the spaces for use. And then there was a raffle for one item. And I saw this, and you can tell I have a thing for unique jackets. Jackets are my first love before sneakers. I love to collect personal jacket grails, and there was a raffle for a Louis Vuitton jacket that as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need that. I'm going to throw all of my tickets at that raffle. I want to win that raffle so bad. And it's in this box. I did not win the raffle, but after I lost the raffle, I immediately went on eBay. I found as many listings for this jacket as I could, and this one popped up from Japan for a reasonable price. $700 for a jacket that was about $3,000 retail new. And man, I'm taking a big risk because I bought this from Japan. I don't know that there's much recourse if it's not authentic. This is a case of me buying the seller, not the item. The seller has a very strong reputation, 6,000 plus feedback at 98%. The eBay bit got a little bit weird because I actually saw this exact jacket listed twice. One for $700, which is the auction that I bought, and again, from a different seller using the exact same photos for over $1,500. And I had to figure out what was going on. Your first instinct is that you get what you pay for, and the more expensive one is probably the legit one. As an engineer, I actually analyzed both listings very closely, and I discovered that the listing that was asking more money actually used lower resolution photos of the jacket, which means they were likely lifted from the listing that I bought. I still don't know what was going on with that other listing. That seller had about 600 feedback versus the seller I bought from with 6,000. He had 97% positive. It's very possible he was a reseller that just, if someone bid at one of his auctions, would buy from the source for half the price and just take the margin difference. I don't know. But here we go. Man, I'm excited for this. Check it out. What do we got? We have a Louis Vuitton multicolor large monogram jacket. When I saw this as a raffle, I thought that is gorgeous. I started searching for images of this. I found pictures of, I think, Paul Wall wearing this, pictures of Patrick Mahomes in a GQ article wearing this. I just knew this was a Jacket Grail, that I had to have a Virgil Abloh design, super large monogram, and in hand, this is gorgeous. This is icy hot. This is the epitome of icy hot. This is the ethos of icy hot. Is it legitimate? Honestly, I don't know that I'll ever know. I don't know that I want to dig too deep now that it's in my hands. Actually, one thing that has me a little bit nervous is that this Louis Vuitton sticker right here is not perfectly square. And that's kind of the thing, is when it comes to luxury clothing, everything is usually perfect. I don't know. They did say that everything they sell is authentic, that they do not take returns for lack of authenticity because they guarantee authenticity. I think as long as it looks and feels legit to me, I'm not going to overthink it. Let's try it on and see what we think of this. I'll get some shots of me wearing this where I've got a little bit more room. But overall, this is super cool. This is just awesome. I'm glad that the GOAT Black Friday introduced me to this piece. I have another Grail for my closet, and I enjoyed the experience. I think they did a better job than, let's say, StockX with user engagement, or Grailed as an example. So overall, well done, GOAT. Let me know what you think. Did you participate in GOAT's Black Friday 22? Did you win anything? Or did you think it was corny, cheesy, terrible, awful? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I will see you at the next one soon.